Day 9 of our Ayurveda cleanse for the autumn 2024. So recognizing that this is a biannual opportunity. And so in the Ayurvedic tradition, it's recommended that we do a cleanse similar to this at the change of seasons. And with the shifting of seasons, that's often when we'll start to accumulate a certain quality or dosha. So those tie into the elements from which the entire universe is made. So the element that we are, for in the Northern Hemisphere, we're coming off of summer, so we're clearing the heat out of our system from summer. And if you are where the weather is already starting to change towards fall, then we're moving into more of the windy and dry qualities. So each season and geographic location has different qualities. And when we look at the world through the lens of these qualities, it gives us a framework for determining if these qualities are balanced or if some of the qualities are getting a little bit more excessive. So the qualities are called gunas. Now we won't go down the rabbit hole on that. That's a whole nother class, a whole nother lecture. We will have a workshop coming up in January on Ayurveda, but I'll send you information on that at a time where we're a little more awake and our lemon water has done its trick and our coffee is working its magic. So with these qualities, when we balance these elements, these qualities within us, it helps us to be more aligned, more present, more at ease in our lives. When the qualities get out of balance, that's when things in our lives can feel a little erratic, can feel a little chaotic. So tending to ourselves in tune with Mother Nature, in tune with the elements. So in addition to so we do the cleanse at the change from summer to fall, and then again from winter to spring. So there's different qualities that can build up over the winter. So in the spring, going through and focusing on balancing more of the elements that have accumulated at that time. The celebration of Navratri is a way to sort of organize our cleanses as well. So the Navratri festival is in the spring and in the fall as well. And these are just dedicated times that we can really pause and take a look at these qualities in ourselves. So today I'll email out the Saraswati questions. The goddess Saraswati is knowledge and wisdom of the entire universe. So Saraswati, I have a statue over here, holds a stringed instrument. She embodies all of the facets of knowledge, from arts and music to education and language. She is the embodiment of spiritual wisdom and is the enlightened state of mind. So as we explored some of the aspects of the goddesses coming through, we'll have 3 days of Saraswati. So even with the closing of our 10-day cleanse, you can still journal with and sit with the elements and the qualities of the goddess Saraswati. So she is of the water element and flow. And so we will find just a little bit of a flow, a little bit of a gentle movement today. For those coming off of the cleanse, we're still building our energy back up. We're still being gentle with ourselves. The recommendation of viewing rest as productivity. Like, okay. So really recognizing that when we're doing things, when we're active, that it's as equally important to rest. All right. So we won't need any props for our practice today. Let's start in a seated position, just giving ourselves a moment to center. And you can sit on your couch, you can sit cross-legged, however is comfortable for you. Just allowing it to be a posture where your torso can be nice and upright. And as you land, allowing yourself to become aware of what you are sitting on, the patch of earth that you are occupying, the space that your body occupies. Bringing our attention to this as if it is a throne, a holy place. We transmit that energy and recognize that holiness with that intention. And that allows us to practice remembering that all spaces and places are sacred. The space that you occupy as sacred. And when you're ready, let's inhale, reach arms all the way up high to the sky. You might look up as your hands touch. And then exhale, sweep your arms all the way down, releasing your fingers to the earth. On your inhale, reaching your arms all the way up. Exhale, floating your arms back down. Inhale, reaching all the way up. And then bringing your hands to your heart center, exhale. This most powerful mudra, taking about 3 to 5 breaths here. Allowing the technology of this body placement to assist with balancing the energies left and right, to bring us to a space of center, where we abide in that space of knowing our true self. Here as well, if you would like to recall the intention you set for the cleanse. And then if you have a specific intention for today, so perhaps you had some realizations around your intention come up, and maybe there are some action items that you could embody today. Some ways in which you saw your shadow show itself, and you are now able to be friends, loving all aspects, all qualities of yourself, and how that might show up as you walk through the world today. May we keep our hearts open no matter what. And let's inhale, reach your arms up high to the sky. Exhale, sweep your arms wide again, extending the vibration of your intention all the way out into the space around you. Let's take a lateral here. Inhale, one arm up high to the sky and then leaning over to the side. We'll stay for about 3 breaths. Let your shoulders be as relaxed as you would like. Check in with your neck. And then floating your fingers back down when you're ready. Exhale. Inhale, reach your other arm up high to the sky. And then leaning over, opening up through the side body. Relax through your shoulders. Let your breath, maybe visualizing your breath actually moving through the side body, as if you were breathing directly through the ribs. Good. Let's come all the way up. Releasing that arm back down. Inhale, both arms up high to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. With your hands at heart center, keep your foundation solid. And just turn your upper body, your prayer, a little bit to the right. And then inhale to center. And then turn your prayer a little bit to the left. And inhale to center. Very nice. Let's inhale, reach our arms up high to the sky. And twist to your right. As you twist this time, let your arms come down to the earth. One hand in front, one hand in back. You might hold on to your opposite knee if that helps to support. Just make sure your foundation is still staying steady. Sometimes our pelvis starts to tilt with us, and it'll be happier later if we leave it where it is. Good. Lift up through your spine. Maybe you're adding the turn of your head, letting that be the last thing in and the first thing out. Notice what you're noticing. Is there an area that you're pushing? Could we soften around that? Allow it to get a little circulation and pranic flow. And then let's come back to center on an inhale, reaching up high to the sky. Take a moment here, exhale, stay at center, reach through the arms, lift your heart, and then we'll twist to the second side, bringing your hands to the earth, or again, maybe across to that opposite leg. And then as you're breathing with your spine, maybe you start to add your head, looking into the twist. And then again, scan and notice. See if there's any part that's pulling or pushing. Allow it to soften. Allow your approach to yourself to be unconditional love. And we'll slowly come back to center. Take your time. Inhale, let's reach up high to the sky. Exhale, relax your shoulders. Reach a little side reach here. One arm, other arm. Reach, reach. Oh yeah, good. Interlace your hands, bring your hands behind your head. Now strong through your core here. Maybe this is a lot already. Nice pec stretch, stretching through the shoulders. Maybe you let your head lean a little back, a tiny bit of releasing your head into your hands. Keep your core nice and strong to support. Keep your heart lifting up. Let's take one more full breath here. Good. Lifting your head back to center. Reach your arms straight out to the sides. And we'll rotate one arm all the way back and then the other arm all the way back. So you're turning into the shoulder. Rotating all the way into the shoulder and then rotating all the way into the shoulder. So as much of a rotation, maybe those thumbs point down as you rotate or back. Let's do one more each side. And then release your arms all the way down. Exhale. Inhale, reach up high to the sky. And hands to heart center. Exhale. A little bow of your head towards your heart, a little smile, recognizing that you are so dedicated to this path of awakening. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May we continue to awaken to the joy, to the love, to the light within us and all around us. May we be a beacon of this light for ourselves and for others on the path. We're all walking each other home. Let's inhale, reaching up to the sky. And exhale, extend the energy of your heart all the way out to the world. All right, we're coming into cat and cow. If you would like, you can do it in a seated position, or if you prefer, coming onto hands and knees. So yesterday's practice, we worked through the chakras. So as you're working your spine today, recognize, know, and remember that you cleared the energy channels so that your prana, your life force, can flow through your central column, aligning you in that balanced and centered place. As you move through cat and cow, you might initiate the movement with the tailbone. So tucking the toes under can be interesting for adding a little sensation, as well as a stretch to the bottom of your feet. So in your sitting bones, tail is up, wide in the sitting bones, a little inner spiral of the thighs. Maybe imagining that we could slide the hands and knees towards the center of the mat. And as you look forward, then imagine moving the back of your head back as if you were trying to rest the back of your head on your shoulders. So rather than a lift of the chin so much, just looking forward and then moving the back of the head back. Just a slight different play with that one. Keeping your head up as you start with the tailbone, rounding the tailbone under, scooping the spine towards the sky, and then the last thing will release the head down. And lift the sitting bones first, move along the spine, and then the heart comes forward and the gaze lifts. Start with the tailbone again, rounding to cat, articulating the spine all the way and releasing the head last. And then continue looking back at your thighs as you lift your sitting bones. Bring the heart forward and then lift your gaze. Good. Let's do one more. It's a little different, so we're working with the waking up the mind as well. It has a habit with cat-cow. It's like, I like to do it my way. So we'll keep looking back towards our knees, and then we'll lift the sitting bones, belly towards the earth, heart forward, and then looking forward, and then head back. Good. Coming back to neutral, find a child's pose, knees together, or wide rather, toes together. Knees wide, toes together, hips to heels. And then here in your child's pose, any little movements that you need. Maybe you're stretching a little more through your arms. Maybe you are rocking your forehead on the mat. We'll take about 5 more rounds of breath here. Every body needs something slightly different, and each day your body may need something different as well. So really utilizing the time on your mat for strengthening your intuition. Intuition being your ability to listen to the messages your body is sending you. Listening to that inner awareness that's already always there, and just heightening that awareness, heightening our responding to that awareness. Coming up to hands and knees again when you are ready. Taking your right leg back behind you. Let's point and flex through that foot. Toes are on the earth. Good. And then tuck your left toes under and shoot your right leg out to the side. So right leg is straight out to the side at hip height and just a little forward and back again here. This one is a whole lot of that inner thigh. Right leg straight out to the side. Good. Here, aligning your left hip over your left knee. Start to walk your hands over to the right. Ooh, any amount. Oh my goodness. Hello, hip. Walking over and then walk back to center. We'll do that 2 more times. We're going to walk over, hands over to the right. Maybe you go a little farther. Maybe your hands are on either side of that right leg. Walk back to center. And then 1 more time. We're going to walk our hands over towards that right leg. Maybe you have opened up a little bit more. Maybe you've gone a little farther. Maybe not yet this morning. Let's come back to center. Walk your hands back. We're coming up to a kneeling pose with the right leg out to the side. All right, so I'll turn this way so you can see what's going on. Let's inhale, reach all the way up high to the sky. Let your right hand float down to your right leg. Now reach through your left fingers. And then slowly starting to slide your hand very lightly down your leg. Good, so we're getting a squeeze on the right side body, a little compression, a squeeze, and then an opening all the way along the left side. Relax your shoulders as much as possible, and we'll return to that practice of seeing if we might soften around something. Seeing if we have reached an area that we're kind of butting heads with, and we might back off a little, get a higher perspective, get a little more room. Beautiful. Let's come all the way back to table. Take your time, bringing your hands down, moving through 3 rounds of cat and cow, maybe moving in your usual way. Or if you would like to experiment again, initiating that movement from the tailbone. Back to our neutral table. Let's take the left leg back. First, give a little stretch to the left toes, the ankle, waking up your calf. And then we'll extend the left leg out to the left. So straight out from your hip. Tuck your right toes and just do a little forward and back here. That inner left thigh, perhaps feeling some sensations here. Maybe you're feeling it around your low back, your SI joint. Sometimes if the area through the hips and legs has a little more tightness on one side or the other, it'll start to pull on that SI joint. Good. Here, back at center, we're going to walk our hands over to the left any amount. Maybe you notice how far you walk, the hands over, and then come back to center. We'll go over again, walking your hands over to the left. Maybe we go a little farther that time, maybe not. And back to center. And then that third time, walking your hands over to the left. Again, maybe you are straddling both hands or one hand on either side of that leg, and then come back to center. Good. Coming up for gate pose, we'll walk our hands back, coming all the way up to a tall kneeling position with that left leg out to the side. On an inhale, reaching up high to the sky. And then let your left hand come down to your left leg. Reach up through the right arm. Now this already feels fabulous. I'm getting the full tricep armpit stretch. I could stay right here, or if it adds to the experience of opening, maybe hinging over towards the left. You notice what you're noticing. We'll try to keep the weight as light on that left leg as possible. We're getting a squeeze on the left side body, opening up that space of the right side, the right waistline. Wherever you are, stay steady with your awareness and your breath. See where you can bring a little more love and ease into your experience. And slowly coming back when you are ready. Let's come to table. And then find your way to downward dog. If you're not doing downward dog today, you could hang out for those fabulous rounds of cat and cow in your tabletop position. Now, on our way to standing, you might walk your hands and feet in towards each other. Coming into a standing forward fold for a few moments. In your forward fold, you could just bend your, bend your knees generously. Maybe you like to hold opposite elbows. Giving a little extra release. If you're coming up through a forward fold, take your time. You might release that bind. Slowly stack the spine. Inhale as you roll all the way up. If you're coming up from table, just gently make your way to standing. When you arrive at upright, we'll roll our shoulders up, back, and down. Full breath in, full breath out. All right, beautiful. The rinse cycle. So it's mood boosting to keep your chin up. So when we do the movement with our arms and we look up when our hands touch, that is having that nice effect on the body. Also, when we flow our arms with the breath, whether we're seated or standing, this is that way to help to clear our energy. So let's inhale, reach all the way up high to the sky. Maybe looking up as your hands touch. Exhale, float your arms back down, reaching through your arms, through your fingers. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. If you'd like, taking some big shoulder circles. Yeah, I lost count. So you can do it more. It felt so good. I was like, numbers, what are numbers? We'll interlace our hands behind our back. Now you can always hold on to a yoga strap or a belt, and then reaching your knuckles back and down, sliding your shoulder blades in towards each other, opening across your heart, your chest, and your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Good. Noticing how you're holding your head, see how your collarbones feel. Reaching up through the crown of your head, anchor down through your feet. Really let this support the open space of your heart. Good. If you might stay a little longer if you'd like, or when you're ready, go ahead and release the bind, turning the palms of your hands forward. Deep inhale. Full exhale. Good. Taking your hands onto your hips, step your feet to a comfortable distance apart. Of course, I call this one Wonder Woman. Tony Robbins calls it Superman. Call it whatever you'd like. It's your power pose. It's activating your solar plexus. The positioning of your arms is helping to facilitate openness through your shoulder girdles. So you might notice if you've been doing some yard work or something that you could be getting a pretty nice stretch through your shoulders, feeling the alignment of your collarbones. So we're aware that sometimes on our tech devices, our head is moving forward and our spine might start to be rounding. And so we're utilizing our awareness to counter that movement. Good. Couple more full breaths here. Really powering up through the solar plexus. Connecting in, as we remember from the chakra practice, connecting to the divine will. May I be in the right place at the right time, meeting the right people, to be of the best service to my life and to the good of all. Go ahead. Couple more full breaths here. There was a big hill behind the California house, and I would take my hike in the morning and walk up there and stand on the top of the hill looking out towards the ocean in this pose. It's a very powerful and potent practice. You might add that to your daily practice, perhaps doing it for a minute. All right. When you're ready, go ahead and release. We're coming into our Qi Gong shaking. Little bend of your knees. We're going to bounce the knees and shake the hands. Oh, yeah. I'm so grateful for all the experiences of my life, even the challenges, because I know they're opportunities. Good. You might do a little twist, turning a little bit to one side, turning to the other side. Back at center. You can, when you're ready, if you feel all right, take the arms up. And let the arms come back down. Good. Bouncing. Now, if you're really feeling a little extra energy and your calves are okay with it, you might start to lift and lower the heels. Yep, we're letting that go. Good. Well, that one's a lot of cardio. Good. Already letting it go. Good. And then we can let the heels stay and we'll do another twist. We'll turn to one side, keep bouncing the knees, shaking the hands, turn to the other side. Look at center when you're ready. We'll inhale up. Letting our arms come back down. Oh, yeah. Little forward movement, little maybe scarecrow arms. Beautiful. Good. All right. Bringing it back up. We're going to do that bounce that we started with, letting the arms bounce and the knees bounce, really letting stuff go. You know, my favorite one is the booty. So shake, 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 shake. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Letting it go, letting it go, letting it go. Awesome. All right, we're gonna take the left leg or the right. I guess mine's the right. Shake it out. Take the other one. Shake it out. Practice a little balance while we're doing that. Good. All right. Let's take a bounce. I'm gonna take the arms up one more time. Inhale. Exhale. Letting the arms eventually come back down. Then anything else that you feel like, I'm gonna let that go and that go and that go and that go. Shake it, 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 shake it. Awesome. And then eventually we're gonna slow it down and come to stillness. Woo! Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Excellent. Take a little sip of water. Marvelous. All right. We will step our feet nice and wide apart. Ooh, nice little hip pops there. Little bend of one knee and then the other, shifting a little side to side. With the feet wide apart, we can have our feet parallel to the short edges of the mat. You might take a moment with your hands on your hips again. Just recognizing we don't often have our legs in this wide apart posture. So just taking a few moments here. You might notice if your feet are balanced, big toe side and pinky toe side. Sometimes the ankles might drop in a little. So just inviting a tiny lift through that inner arch without losing the press of the big toe side of your foot. Good. We'll bring our hands onto our hips. Turn your whole right leg out to the right. Your left foot can stay parallel with the other end of the mat. And we'll do a Kripalu triangle here. We're inhaling at center and we'll exhale, dipping the right elbow down, hinging over, hinging into that right hip. Good. And inhale, coming back up, really press into your right foot to come up. So we'll get that movement into this right hip. So we'll shifting our hips, tilting the pelvis, being a little teapot here. And then inhale, coming up. And we'll exhale, hinging over. Inhale back up. Good. We'll exhale over and we'll stay for a moment here, keeping your right hand on your hip. Reach your left arm out to the sky. So expanding across your heart and your chest. So your right hand might be even helping to anchor into that right hip, getting that tilt of the pelvis. Keep your spine nice and long. Check in if you could align your head so it's a little easier to hold the weight of it on your neck. Sometimes we look down in this pose just to check in. What's up with my right shoulder, my right foot? What's happening? Beautiful. Checking in with yourself. Let's inhale, come up. And exhale, release your hands to your hips. Turn your feet to the center again. Noticing here, there may be a little more heat in that first side. Full breath in, full breath out. We'll turn our whole left leg out, turning your left foot all the way out to the left, and then check in with the right foot. We'll aim to have it parallel with the short end of the mat. Hands onto your hips here, just noticing already, maybe there's a little more awareness through the knee or the inner hip. We're going to be a teapot again here, so dipping the left elbow down. Keep your spine long and your heart open. Nice, and then we'll press into that foot and come up. Good. So we're tilting the pelvis, hinging at that left hip. Tilting, tilting, tilting. Sides of the body stay nice and long. And then pressing into your foot, we'll come up. Take your time, hinging over, slide the pelvis. Good. Inhale back up. And sliding the pelvis, coming in. We'll inhale back up. On this next one, we'll stay. So as you slide into this variation of triangle, keep your left hand on your hip. Keep pressing into that foot so that this leg feels super supportive. Your pelvis is like, yeah, I know that leg's got me. I'm good. Reach your right arm to the sky. So extending out from your shoulder, straight out from the shoulder. So it's a little bit of an angle here. Wide collarbone, sides of the body are long. Reaching your heart from your hips, lengthening here. Notice how you're holding your head. Again, maybe we decide that we want to look down at that left foot just to keep ourselves in a nice line of energy. Awesome. On an inhale, let's come up. And exhale, release your arm back down. Turn your feet parallel to the sides of your mat again. Just a little side to side ninja move. Happy hips. We'll come into a wide-legged forward fold. So for this one, as you begin to hinge forward at your hips, you might bend your knees a little bit so you can bring your hands down to the floor. Now, if the floor is very far away, you can put your hands on your yoga blocks. And as you are in this wide-legged forward fold, you might notice if you can walk your hands a little farther back, or if it feels better for you to stay hands under your shoulders and just do a little side-to-side bend of your knees. Good. Now, what can happen here is it's a little tight in the back of the legs, so we might find that our weight is shifting back towards our heels. So you could experiment with maybe shifting your weight a little more towards your toes. Now we'll come up very slow and mindful. So you might do it in increments. Hands under your shoulders, flat back, core engaged, and then hands to your legs or to your hips. Coming up with a flat back. Inhale as you slowly come up. Let the blood acclimate. Staying at upright. Exhale. Inhale, arms up high to the sky. Exhale, arms back down. One more time. Inhale, arms up high to the sky. And exhale your arms back down. Let's step or hop our feet to center. Coming feet to center. I already adjusted my camera. All right, good. Good. We'll step our feet wide again when you're ready. And we'll go back to the practice where it's more of a hydraulics is coming to mind, but I don't think that's what I mean. We'll find our equal breath here. Bend your left knee. Bring your hand to the floor in front of that foot. Inhale to center. Bend your right knee. Bring your left hand to the floor in front of that foot. Inhaling up. So we'll go really slowly here. Exhale, bringing your hand to the earth. You might look up. Inhale to center. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Moving slow and mindful here. We're clearing out. So we're assisting the systems of the body with clearing out everything that we are complete with. So we shook some things up in our Qigong. And now we're just letting all of that move to our lymph to clear it on out of the body. Good. Let's take one more to each side. Take your time. When you are at upright, let's roll the thumbs back as much as they'll go. Rolling the thumbs back, lifting up through the heart. So rolling. Yeah, beautiful. Lift the heart, stretch the belly. Oh, yeah. And rotating your hands, relax your arms back down. Hop or step to mountain. And your mountain pose strong through your foundation. Find balance front and back, strong through the muscles of your legs, lifted through your heart, reaching through the crown of your head. Observe and appreciate your heartbeat. Maybe your breath rate increased. Thank you, body. Thank you for being my fabulous vessel for this lifetime. Good. All right, we're on our way down to the mat. If you would like to sun salute your way down, you can step to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach your arms up high to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And then step back to plank or to downward dog. If you're moving through a vinyasa, you could do knees, chest, and chin or chaturanga. Exhale as you lower. Inhale into your back bend. And then exhale back to downward dog. We'll take 3 breaths in down dog. When you're ready, lower your knees back down to the mat. Let's come back to a seated position just for a moment before we come on to our backs again. In your seated position, you could have legs extended out. You could sit on a pillow. Whatever is your comfortable seat where your posture can be nice and upright. Full breath in. Full breath out. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good. We'll do just one round of our Kapalabhati. This is our forceful exhalation, and this primes us for alternate nostril breathing. If you need to grab a Kleenex, you might have one handy. For Kapalabhati, this is where we are snapping the navel in towards the spine. Now we might do about 20 or 30 rounds. Keeping the posture upright and lifted. Sometimes I prefer to do this one in a kneeling position, just so there's less rocking of my whole torso. But again, you could do it seated in a chair if you'd like. The hand on the belly is just there to help to focus our attention on the belly, moving in to create the exhalation. When you're ready, we have the root lock engaged during this, then it's good to have your eyes closed or gaze looking down. Tall spine. We'll inhale all the way in. Let's exhale all the way out. And then inhale halfway in to begin. Engage root lock, forceful exhale. When you are complete, exhale all the way to empty. And then invite the inhale all the way in. Pause for a moment at the top of your inhale, slight throat lock just to hold the breath in the vessel of you. And then gently release the throat lock, exhale. Full breath in. Full breath out. Now for our alternate nostril breathing, you can either use the Vishnu mudra, or it's actually, eventually we move to a psychic alternate nostril breathing, where we don't utilize our hands for the breathing practice. In some, when we are guiding the awareness to the eyebrow center, the fingers go to the eyebrow center. But the Vishnu mudra, as we may have done the other day, is tucking the fingers, the peace fingers, into the base of the thumb, and then bringing this mudra to your nose. So we would use the thumb and ring finger to block alternate nostrils. Again, we can do psychic alternate nostril breathing. And so whatever works best for your shoulders, you might take your hands, either one or both. Thumb and index finger lightly touch, palms facing down. As you settle back into your seat, we'll start just recognizing the sensation of breath in the nostrils. As you tune into the breath in your nostrils, let's take a moment to visualize a white protective light all the way around you. Similar to the meditation at the end of class yesterday, we recognize that we are one with everything, and also we have the protective boundary or barrier of our bodies, and we can also feel, sense, and recognize that protective light all the way around you as well. With this protective light all the way around you for a few moments, imagine breathing that light in through both nostrils, up to eyebrow center, and then letting that light flow out with your exhale through both nostrils. So an inverted V, inhaling and exhaling through both nostrils. As you continue, you may notice the body Becoming more relaxed in your meditation position. Perhaps feeling if the breath has deepened into a diaphragmatic belly breath. And then inviting our equal breathing. And so that while we're inhaling, it may be to the count of 4 or 5. And then exhaling for that same count. Good. We will now begin our psychic alternate nostril breathing, or if you prefer, using your fingers. Bringing your awareness to your left nostril. Inhaling equal length breath through the left nostril. And then exhaling out through the right. You'll inhale your equal through the right nostril. And then exhale out through the left. That's one round. Continuing psychic alternate nostril breathing, inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. Inhaling left. I'll continue cueing if you're at your own pace. Go on your own. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. And exhaling left. I'll talk us through one more. Inhaling left. Exhaling right. Inhaling right. Exhaling left. Inviting you to continue for about 30 to 45 seconds. Continue with your alternate nostril breathing. Thirty seconds. Perhaps completing one more round. And then next time you exhale through the left, return to breathing through both. Inhaling and exhaling through both nostrils. This clears our sense perception, allowing us to rest in our true nature, allowing us to be in that space of compassion, unconditional love for ourselves, thereby being able to extend that to the world around us. We'll do a few rounds of a central column breathing. As you're inhaling, move your awareness from the base of the spine all the way up to the eyebrow center. And as you're exhaling, move your awareness down the central column to the base of your spine. Inhaling your equal breath all the way up to the center of your head. Exhaling down the central column to the base of the spine. If you would like to add a mantra on your inhalation, internally hearing the sound so, and on your exhale, internally hearing the sound hum. So, hum. Inhaling from base of spine to the Ajna chakra at the center of the brain. Exhaling from the center of the brain, the eyebrow center, all the way back down to the root. When you are ready, gently relax the practice. Return your awareness to the nostrils, just noticing breathing equal breaths in through both nostrils, out through both nostrils. We'll bring our hands together, rubbing the hands a little here to awaken some heat and energy in your palms, and then place your palms very lightly over your eyes. Inhaling here and exhaling. May I see with the eyes of love. Keeping your eyes closed, rub your hands again. Placing your palms over your ears. May I hear with the energy of love. Rubbing your hands together again. Placing a hand on your heart and a hand very lightly over your lips. May I speak from a space of love. And then placing one hand on top of the other over your heart space. Inhaling. And exhaling, recognizing that this time you have carved out is such a great act of love. Now, as you move towards your version of Shavasana today, maybe you decide to recline flat out exactly where you are. Maybe you would like to use one of your yoga props to rest into a heart opener. Or you could choose again the option that we've done a couple of times of legs up the couch or legs up the wall. Wherever you decide to close your practice, take your time really setting yourself up. If there are any other little moves that you need, any little stretches or back massages. Bringing your awareness to the space that you're in. Bringing your awareness to your body. Now, if time allows, you might stay in your legs up the wall or in Shavasana or supported heart opener a little while longer. As we come to the end of our practice time together today, I invite you to continue to extend yourself great love, great compassion, and continue this self-care. Bringing the awareness to the breath, inhaling, and exhaling with a sigh. Our most powerful prayer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for your practice. Shine on, sweet sisters, shine on. Peace be with you, and namaste.